Shounen is dead and Seinen killed at my 12-year-old. My nephew asked me last week why anime heroes don't smile anymore. I was showing him some clips from what I considered peak anime. You know, the stuff that real fans appreciate. Monster, Berserk, Psycho-Pass. The kind of sophisticated storytelling that separates the wheat from the chaff. But as I watched his face fall with each progressively darker scene, something twisted in my gut. "Uncle Mike," he said, "why is everyone so sad? Where are the heroes who save people because it's the right thing to do?" I didn't have an answer, not one that wouldn't sound like pretentious gatekeeping anyway. That question haunted me for days, and it led me down a rabbit hole that completely changed how I view what ESE happened to anime over the past decade. What I discovered isn't just about changing demographics or evolving taste. It is about how we VA systematically murdered the very thing that made anime magical in the first place. We need to talk about what we've lost. But first, let me tell you about the moment I realized I'd become part of the problem. It was 2019, and I was at an anime convention panel titled "The Evolution of Mature Storytelling in Anime." The panelists were discussing how anime had finally grown up and moved beyond childish power fantasies into complex psychological narratives. The audience nodded along, myself included, as they dismissed series like My Hero Academia as formulaic shonen trash and praised the intellectual depth of series like Serial Experiments Lane. A kid, maybe 14, raised his hand in the back. "But isn't it okay to have heroes who inspire people? Like, aren't shows allowed to make you feel good about humanity?" The room fell silent. Then someone actually laughed. The moderator gave a patronizing smile and said, "Well, when you're older, you'll understand that real stories need to reflect real complexity." The kid's face went red. He sat down and didn't speak again for the rest of the panel. Felt sick, because I recognized that look. It was the same expression ID had 20 years earlier, when an adult told me that Superman was unrealistic, and that I should read Watchmen if I wanted to understand real superheroes. It was the look of someone being told their joy was invalid. But here's the thing that really messed with my head. I'd become the person giving that look to others. Somewhere along the way, I'd bought into the idea that darkness equals depth, that cynicism equals intelligence, and that optimism equals naivety. I'd become a Seinen supremacist without even realizing it, and I wasn't alone. An entire generation of anime fans had made the same journey, and we'd dragged the industry with us. The numbers don't lie. In 2010, 7 of the top 10 anime series were shonen. By 2020, that number had dropped to 3. Studios started chasing the mature demographic with increasingly dark, psychological, and morally ambiguous content.
The message was clear.
Grow up or get left behind. And you know what? The quality of storytelling did improve in many ways. We got incredible series like Attack on Titan, which deconstructed the very concept of heroism. We got Demon Slayer, which balanced traditional shonen elements with genuine emotional weight. We got Jujutsu Kaisen, which refused to let its characters off easy. But somewhere in all that sophistication, we lost something essential. We lost the ability to believe in pure heroism. I realized this while rewatching Dragon Ball Z with my nephew, the same kid who asked about smiling heroes. As Goku powered up to fight Frieza, something incredible happened.
Nice.
My nephew's eyes lit up with the same wonder I'd felt 25 years earlier. His fists clenched, he leaned forward, and when Goku finally achieved Super Saiyan, he actually cheered. When was the last time a modern anime made you cheer? When was the last time you felt that rush of pure, uncomplicated joy watching a hero triumph over evil? When was the last time you believed, even for a moment, that someone could be good just because they chose to be? The Seinen revolution promised us nuance, and it delivered. But in our rush to embrace complexity, we threw away something that countless people across generations had found profound: the simple, radical act of believing that people can be better than they are. Here's what the Seinen supremacists don't want to admit. Optimism isn't naive, it's brave. It's creating a story where the hero always tries to save everyone, where friendship can overcome any obstacle, where doing the right thing matters more than being realistic. That's not childish. It's an act of defiance against a world that's constantly telling us that hope is stupid. The real tragedy isn't that shonen is dying. It's that we're the ones killing it, and we're proud of ourselves for doing it. I spent years mocking the power of friendship trope, rolling my eyes at heroes who refused to kill their enemies. dismissing the idea that believing in yourself could actually change anything. I thought I was being sophisticated. I thought I was being smart. I was being a coward. Because it's easy to be cynical. It's easy to point out why idealism doesn't work in the real world. It's easy to dismiss hope as childish fantasy. What's hard is maintaining that spark of belief that things can be better. What's hard is choosing to create stories that inspire rather than deconstruct. What's hard is admitting that maybe, just maybe, we need heroes who smile. The Seinen mindset has given us incredible art. Series like Monster and Berserk are masterpieces that deserve every bit of praise they receive. But we've made a crucial mistake. We've confused dark with deep, and we've forgotten that light can be just as profound. A hero who saves people because it's the right thing to do isn't simple. They're revolutionary. In a world full of anti-heroes and moral ambiguity, someone who chooses to be good is the most radical character possible.
8.
We've spent so long deconstructing heroes that we've forgotten how to construct them. We've become so obsessed with showing why heroism doesn't work that we've lost the ability to show why it should. My nephew finished Dragon Ball Z last month. He's moved on to One Piece now, and every week he texts me about the latest episode. His messages are full of exclamation points and capital letters and pure, unfiltered enthusiasm. He believes in Luffy's dream. He believes that the Straw Hats can change the world. He believes that adventure and friendship and determination can overcome any obstacle. And you know what? He's right. Not because it's realistic. Not because it accurately reflects the complexities of human nature. But because believing in those things makes him and everyone around him better, that's what we've lost. That's what Seinen killed when it murdered Shounen. We traded inspiration for sophistication. We traded hope for realism. We traded the belief that people can be good for the knowledge that they usually aren't. And we call this progress. The industry is starting to notice. Studios are struggling to create the next generation of anime fans. When their content is increasingly designed for adults who've already seen everything. Convention attendance is aging up. Merchandise sales are declining among younger demographics. We're witnessing the death of anime's future in real time. We're too busy congratulating ourselves on our mature taste to notice. But here's the thing. It's not too late. We can choose to value stories that inspire alongside stories that challenge. We can create space for both psychological complexity and emotional sincerity. We can admit that maybe, just maybe, the world needs heroes who smile. Because at the end of the day, Seinen didn't kill Shounen. We did. And if we want to save what made anime magical in the first place, we need to stop being ashamed of joy. Stop apologizing for hope and start believing in heroes again. My nephew is watching Naruto now. Last week he asked me if I wanted to watch it with him. I said yes. For the first time in years, I'm remembering what it feels like to believe.